On the News Channel 5 network, this is MorningLine.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on MorningLine. Yes, it's Nick Barris here. It is Thursday. We're not doing Open Phones Thursday, but I hope you stay with us and join in the conversation if you'd like. We're talking this morning law enforcement, the way things have changed, and specifically the changing of the guard for one of the fastest growing cities and really one of the happening places here in the mid-state region. And, you know, obviously Nashville's booming, but because of what Nashville's had happening here, around the periphery. And one of the really shining examples of that right now is the city of Murfreesboro. Just a terrific city. You know, the university there, so much happening there. And with the growth that they've seen over the years, of course, law enforcement and security has become such an important thing there as it is everywhere. And we have a changing of the guard. It's bittersweet for me this morning, and that's why we made sure to schedule this show just before he runs off and leaves us all. And with no further ado, let's talk this morning with outgoing Murfreesboro Police Chief, the one and the only, Glenn Chrisman. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Nick.
It's an honor for me to have you on at the end here.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
And yeah, I want to say he's brought, they always come with him, you know. Everyone has his posse. And we have, of course...
I'm honored that you would reflect that.
You know, at the top, it's reflected by the type of people you surround yourself with. And it's a fantastic department. But Major Clyde Atkinson, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning,
Nick. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having us on.
Well, it's the way it is. It's not certainly the first time, but it's the last time with Chief Chrisman, I know. And then, of course, some people say he gets more face time than I do. And that would be Sergeant Kyle Evans, the Public Information Officer.
Good morning,
Good
Nick.
morning, Kyle. It's good to have you on. Listen, Chief, thank you for coming on. And again, this is not the first time you've been on this show. You've been good with your time to come on and talk about things happening. But as many people know now, you're leaving the department after now. You've been police chief for, you were telling me, more than a decade, correct? 12 years?
12 years.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
The end of the year will end 40 years of policing for me. I celebrated my 39th anniversary with the city the first day of December. And I worked about 11 months for Rutherford County as a sheriff's deputy and a sergeant before that. So the end of 2015 closes out 40 years of policing. Been a wonderful career. I've been blessed with opportunity. Been surrounded with and continue to be surrounded with wonderful people that do a very difficult job every day and make me look very good, make our city look very good, but more importantly, provide the best in policing services to the citizens and visitors of the city of Murfreesboro. And that's a blessing, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And excited about where our department's going in the future. I think clearly we've got a building project that's about to kick off in 2016. The morning of the 29th, actually, which is one of the days of some ceremonies for my retirement, we're doing a groundbreaking for the construction of the first of some radio towers to expand and strengthen, move our two-way radio communications for police and fire into the next generation.
But you're going to get the new headquarters too, right? What's the timetable for that?
They will be looking at the bids for the contractors for that project probably early in January, and anticipate that they will award that contract to a construction manager at risk and a contractor early January. And they'll start on the building project, the renovation project, I think, as soon as weather permits in the spring. I'd expect that to be full speed ahead by March at the latest.
Wow, I mean, so much going on as you leave. You're right. And I think you're leaving it for whoever replaces you on a real upswing. Police chiefs, you know, leave for a variety of reasons. Sometimes not always great reasons. We should be very clear here. No one's forcing you out. No one is telling you to leave. You are retiring. This is your choice. You have a fantastic department here, and it's your choice. The time is for you to walk away.
It is. I actually thought about making this decision at the end of last year, and we were full in the middle of the design development for the new building. It's a renovation project, but it's a 125,000 square foot building, and it's taken over a year to do the architectural and engineering design and development for that, and certainly want to be a part of that process. At this point, the building project is probably another year and a half out before we'd be ready for occupancy. I'll be 62 in the spring, and it was just the right time for me. I couldn't be happier with our city, with my boss, the city manager, with our mayor and council, and they've all been very gracious about my service and very complimentary and very supportive. But this is nothing more than just making a decision. I think everybody, when they have put in a life's work, want to be able to make that decision on their time and in their space and when it's best for them. And frankly, what I hope to do after retirement is spend more time with my wife, who is my best friend and my life partner, my daughter, my brother and sister, and more time with my church family and some other things, and be excited and watch what this police department's going to do in the future. That's what's ahead for me.
No, exactly. You've got a plan for retirement, and that's what's important. That sounds great. And you mentioned the city manager. Ultimately, unlike a sheriff who is elected, the city manager will make that hire, and we know there is a nationwide search going on, which does not mean that the new hire could not come from within a department, which is very well run. But I think, to the city manager's credit, he wants to hire the very best that he thinks he can find, whoever or wherever that may come from. That's the game plan. At what point do you know when a new chief may be announced? Is there a timetable for that?
The applications for that vacancy closed on Monday, the 14th.
Okay.
I expect they will be in the midst of the selection process through early, mid, perhaps late January, and I would hope by the 1st of February you'd have a new candidate in that, or a new police chief in that role. And it's interesting to note, you alluded to this a little bit, but one of the things that our mayor and council and our city manager has supported is a strong investment in succession planning for Murfreesboro Police. From the rank of lieutenant up in our department, every one of those candidates, with the exception of 2, have attended and completed some kind of an executive level development course, either the FBI National Academy, the Northwestern School of Police Staff and Command, something of an upper level executive development seminar course of study that prepares them for future growth, development, challenges, new opportunities and responsibilities. So the department is tremendously strong and staffed with well-educated, well-trained, well-experienced people, and I'm confident that when I walk out the door on the 31st, it won't miss a beat. It'll continue moving, and the new chief will be in a great place to move forward.
I'm telling you, it's a peach job. It's a peach job. There's going to be a lot of applicants. It's as opposed to coming to some places in any business when it's a disaster and someone has to come in and make a lot of changes. You don't see that as being the situation. There's not a lot of scandal. You have typical problems any police department is going to have, but it's well managed, and it's just coming from me, someone who covers a lot of law enforcement, not just in Murfreesboro but elsewhere. You can tell when a department is well run. And so I just think it's going to be a plum job for someone. I certainly hope and expect they'll bring in someone. They have big shoes to fill, that's for sure.
Well, you're kind to say that. I have to reflect that back on our people, and the success story with Murfreesboro Police and with the city of Murfreesboro, for that matter, is great people that work really, really hard every day behind the scenes to provide the best in services that bring a servant's heart to that workplace every day, and are focused on doing the very best for our people and our citizens and visitors in every situation. Can't make everybody happy, and obviously when you're law enforcement officers and you're making arrests, those are very difficult situations, but they bring a servant mentality to that work every day, and they make me proud every day. And they'll, as good as our department is now, it'll be better in the future.
There you go. All right, well, it always starts at the top. Before we take our first break, I want to get a quick phone call in, and then we're going to hear from you guys too. Oh, they've got all kinds of funny stories to tell about you. Just kidding, guys. I'm not putting them on the spot. But you know what? You're not going to be their boss anymore. So they can say whatever's on their mind. All right, let's go
for a few more days.
Yeah, for a few more days. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to say I have the utmost high respect for law enforcement, especially for the Murfreesboro Police Department.
Thank you.
I had a stepbrother that was a canine police officer before he died, and for the love and respect that they showed him the day that we buried him, it was so tearful and emotional, because there was law enforcement all over the county, from different counties, paying their respect, and that meant a lot to my family.
Well, thank you for your call, Rebecca, and Those are terribly difficult days for all of us, but one of the things that's very important is to demonstrate that love and respect and appreciation for those sacrifices and for the service that that person and their family have given to our city. And I thank you for your call very much, and we appreciate that and continue to hope that we'll be of service and bring honor and dignity to his reputation and his service.
That doesn't surprise me at all, because one thing that certainly you are known for, which I know these two gentlemen are a big part of, is every year the Policeman's Memorial. And you always make a point of covering that, and you pay your respects to law enforcement there in Murfreesboro who've lost their lives or moved on, and there's always a big turnout. You always organize it. Do you not? The PD? Well, I know, but I mean your department, and then you have law enforcement from all around Rutherford County, the sheriff and Laverne and Smyrna, and all of them come out. But you guys do a great job of paying respects to the past.
We do that as a team every year, and we're blessed to have our Rutherford County partners that are there to continue to pay homage and tribute to those people that have made the ultimate sacrifice. But it's important, it's for their families.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Rebecca just now. It meant a lot to her.
Like Rebecca, and so very thankful and proud to have so many of our partners come, our federal partners and our state partners,
the marshals,
to be a part of that and to show how much that means to them. And I will tell you, and our police officers will tell you, that is a very difficult day for us every year. Mm-hmm. It's a hard day to plan for. It's a hard day to attend and be a part of those ceremonies. But it's a sacred trust between us and those individuals and their families and their memories, and it's something that I think we have to continue doing to continue to
and I
show,
assume it will
honor.
Continue long after you're gone, especially
Absolutely.
As long as these two are there. Listen, we have to take a quick break on that. What we'll do is we can open up the phones for more calls if you'd like, 737-7587, and we're going to get into more about the changes you've seen and where the future goes with this department in one of the fastest growing cities in the entire state, and some of the positives and negatives that come with that type of growth. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.